What's up everyone, it's Trainer Dell, and in this video I have for you an update on my Dark Magician deck profile. Still love this deck, one of my top favorite decks, my top favorite monsters. It's Yugi's Ace Monsters, so a lot of childhood memories. This deck gets some wins, like people don't expect all the little combos and then when you can control the board and whatnot. So it's really cool, it has little tricks and stuff. The only thing is I wish it didn't brick so much. Honestly, that's the only real downside of this deck. It has some alright consistency, but yeah, let's start off with the main man himself, the Dark Magician. You can run whatever artworks you want. I like the Yugi's World one, the secret rare. I like this one a lot. The tablet's my favorite artwork. So yeah, run 3 of these. Obviously, it's Dark Magician, you gotta run them. 3 Apprentice Illusion Magician. Really like this card, definitely happy to have it. It was really sad when it was just a Shonen Jump promo and these were like super expensive, but they're an alright price right now. I think where they belong. 3 Magician's Rod, the Stratos of the deck, in a sense, grabs you any spell or trap card with Dark Magician in the name. Just 1 Magician of Dark Illusion. I don't like too much of it, but it does come in handy, especially if you are able to get Magician's Navigation online and go for a rank 7 play. 1 Kaiko, another option you can go for a Dark Spellcaster. You can banish cards from your opponent's graveyard, and also your opponent can't banish cards from their graveyard, so it's a really cool tech to have, especially right now. 1 Spellbook of Prophecy, little blue boy, adds the spellbook spell card from your deck to your hand when it's flip face up or normal summoned. 3 Ash Blossoms, because Ash Blossom, she does what she gotta do. I'm actually running 2 Veilers in this one. If you want to, you can go 3. They're spellcasters as well, and they do what they're supposed to do. Hopefully negate a monster, but also because they're tuners, that's really cool. You can go into certain plays with Ash Blossom and Effect Veiler. 3 Dark Magical Circle, can help search for more spell and trap cards, and does the banish effect whenever a Dark Magician is summoned. Dark Magic Attack. Happy I pulled this when I was young. This thing is not so cheap anymore. I mean, commons are everywhere. You can get commons pretty easily, but the Ultra, oh, hard. Illusion Magic. I just run the 1. More people have been playing 2 or even like 3, but I just run the 1. Just try to grab back Dark Magician or search it out through the deck. There's ways to get them, but yeah, that's just an extra way to get them. 1 Dark Magic Inheritance for all the spell cards. Just get some more. 2 Spellbook of Secrets. I just run 2, and then 1 Spellbook of Knowledge. I don't really go too heavy on it. You can go 2 Knowledge if you want, 1 Spellbook. I think this is fine. If I ever have to discard, I could discard an extra, like Spellbook of Secrets. I don't mind. It's cool for me. To dig through my deck, I go with the Pot of Duality. I do not have Extravagance, so if you want to play Extravagance, you can play Extravagance. You can take these 3 out for Extravagance and then probably switch out Blue Boy for another Veiler or even another Super Poly, because, spoiler alert, I'm running a Super Poly in here. 1 Eye of Timaeus, just teching the 1. It's an option to go into. I only really run the Dark Magician's Dragon Knight to protect the back row, but it's something to have. Then 1 Super Poly, because if I got dragons or whatever, you can use Dark Magician and this to still make the Dragon Knight. So that's really cool. You can run more of the fusion base if you want. Definitely you can run more. So you can go all 3 Super Polys. I would say just main the 1 and then maybe have 2 sided. It's up to you. 3 Navigation. Like this card a lot. Helps out so much. So it's good to have. It's 3 up. Just get off your Dark Magicians, get them to your hands, and special summon that. And then if you have a Dark Magician on the field, on a turn, except when it's sent to the graveyard, you can banish it from your graveyard and negate a spell or trap card. So that's cool. 3 Eternal Soul. I still go with 3. Everyone likes to go 2 because they're so afraid of the destruction effect. But the thing is, only when it's, and you can see here, if this face-up card leaves the field, destroy all monsters. So you can leave it set. Just because it's destroyed doesn't mean it's gonna pop your whole field. And even if it does, I would like to have another one. Basically, I like to, more consistency on my side. I can help thin the deck if you don't have Dark Magician, and it can just keep bringing back Dark Magician. So even if they pop it, it's totally fine. 2 summon limit, because there's not too much special summoning in this deck. There's not too much going off. Like, you don't make a big board. You just kind of try to control the board with your various spell and trap cards. So summon limits here. Hopefully you can just, slow down your opponent. And for the last card, Skill Drain. Because Skill Drain wins games. And like I said, you go off with your, you want to banish with this, you want to negate with this. So, yeah, Skill Drain's totally fine. Dark Magician, you don't really need its effect, honestly. And everything else, you try to get off like 1 or 2 effects and then, flip this up when you really need to. For the extra deck, I'm running the 1 Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight, just so that it can like protect the back row. And it's a, Dark Magician and Dragon. The Super Poly targets, we got Mud Dragon, Sounding Great Violet Chimera, Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. And then with Effect Veiler, we can actually play Fortune Lady Every, because it's 7. So you can go into Every with Effect Veiler and the Apprentice Illusion. So that's really cool. And, it starts off at what, 21? 700 times 4. And then during your standby phase, you increase this level by 1 and then banish a face-up card your opponent controls. So that's cool. And then if it's in your graveyard, you can banish one other spellcaster from your graveyard and special summon this card. So it can keep coming back, and hopefully during your end phase, you get it back out and it helps you keep a monster on board. Although better yet is Psyframe Lord Omega. I like this card with, Veiler and then Dark Magician, then bring Dark Magician back with Eternal Soul, and you get Psyframe Lord Omega, rip a card from your opponent's hand for a turn. So it's cool. And it doesn't take up the extra monster slot since he comes back. There's also Leo, Keeper of the Sacred Tree. This face-up card on the field cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects, except during your main phase 2. Doesn't stop Super Poly, but not a lot of people Super Poly with Beast or Earth. So that's still pretty cool too. He's a 31 beat stick, and I like him. Just another option to have. Obviously, the one I go into the most, Ebony Illusion Magician. Really good to have. Special summons Dark Magicians. Ebon High is a option you can go into. I wouldn't really go into more. You can take them out for more stuff, for more of the for Dark Cavalry, Dark Paladin, whatever you want. Red Ice Flare Metal. I really like this when I'm able to get 75 damage on board. Like when I hit for a lot with the Dark Magicians, and then if I have 2 level 7s, just overlay into this, and when your opponent tries to play anything, they lose the game. It does come up. Dracosack, because it's Dracosack and it's cool to have. Big Eye, take your opponent's monsters. Old School Boarload. Norito, the Moral Leader. Not really played either. You can switch that out if you want. Link Spider, just for a link play. It's right there. And Wee Witch's Apprentice. I like Wee Witch's Apprentice. You can go beat Cup if you want, but I really like that card. So yeah, that is my Dark Magician deck profile. I hope you enjoy. So yeah, let me know what you think, and let me know what you're playing. All right, thanks for watching. Peace.